celebrate. It's going to take over 30. Used to get up, but Keith Lee just manhandling. Cameron Grimes has him up in the air. Bombs away. Cameron Grimes.
Mr. Lee. I guess we're doing this the hard way.
To be honest, I'm surprised this one's still going. Wait a minute. God, from behind, Shorty G again. Shorty G, who last week beat the hell out of Riddle. Shorty G interrupting a tremendous match between Sheamus and Riddle. Sheamus absolutely irate, and a drop kick to Shorty G.
WrestleMania. That's why he's one of the...
Oh! Who the... is that? Yes, it is. It's Mandy. It's Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose coming to get us some retribution out of Sonya Deville.
all over Sonya Deville like God's greatest soccer mom right now.
Where's this going on here? Oh my God! They have weapons. Is that retribution?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare your ear holes for the best wrestling, the hard-hitting wrestling show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Ovi Muniz. We got a few topics we're going to be discussing on this show. This is a brand new season for us, season 5. SummerSlam, the road to SummerSlam, and also in conjunction with the Tag Team Turmoil Tournament that will begin after the SummerSlam event. But topics that we got going on today, we'll start off with Dominic Mysterio and the stuff that he had went through yesterday, Randy Orton and his fallout with Ric Flair. We're going to investigate to see who actually poisoned Montez Ford and who will be Bayley's next opponent. We got that and much, much more on the show. But before we begin, let's have a quick clip of what happened on Monday Night Raw.
Whoa. You said so many things wrong, but that's where I've got to stop you. No choice? Are you kidding me? No choice? I've given him a choice every step of the way, and he's made the wrong decision. Stop it! End it! End it, Seth! You proved your point!
The official Cruz on the move. Bobby Lashley trying to trip him up and a kick right to the face of the Almighty. All the way from behind. Benjamin tries to take advantage and pins the United States. Bobby, no! Bobby, wait! Don't hurt him. I need him healthy so that I can beat him and take that championship at SummerSlam. King Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, the best friend of Asuka. Oh, Asuka! Flying over! No, transition into the Asuka lock on Bayley. Asuka right in the middle of the ring. Countdown. Asuka going to SummerSlam. Vega could be finished. Up on the shoulders. The KOD. That was a big right hand. Ouch.
And with me, I have is Hector, Jace, and Frank, the HHW crew. And we start off with Dominic Mysterio, guys. I mean, wow. What was your reaction uh, during the aftermath of the beating that Dominic Mysterio received?
He's got a wake-up call pretty much. He's biting off more than what he can chew. He really doesn't know what he's getting himself into with the type of opponent that Seth Rollins is. You know, you want to come out here every week, week in and week out with that kendo stick and think you're a man by using it on somebody like Seth Rollins. Well, karma came to bite him in the chest and in the back.
It's called Welcome to WWE. You want to play with the big dogs. You want to play with the big boys. Guess what? You just got it handed to you.
This is his so you want to be a wrestler moment. Just his name isn't going to – it got him in the door, but now he's got to feel the pain and take the pain in the ring, and he did that. And, I mean, everyone, all the WWE and wrestling haters saying wrestling's fake. Look at these pictures. Look at these pictures. Look at what happened. There's nothing fake about that. They didn't have paint on the kendo sticks. Those are real marks. And I can imagine after looking at that and after watching how he goes, that was painful.
Right, and the picture that is displayed right now is the aftermath of the beating that Seth Rollins and Murphy gave to him. And these bruises that he has in his chest and in his back and his stomach area look like slashes. And you guys are absolutely right. But I do gotta say one thing, and is that he's defending his family's honor. You know, let's not say that, his dream was to be in the WWE. You're right. But now, as he stated there during the promo, during his contract signing, his dream is to beat up Seth Rollins, and that's why he is there. There's no ands it's about it. So, he wants to be with the big leagues and stuff like that. But I think that this here rushes him to challenge somebody that's on top of the WWE Raw roster right now. So it's a big challenge. And the fact that, listen, this could go either way. Let's think about this, because on the SCW wrestling channel that I talked to Steve earlier today in the interview, Samoa Joe has been a big part of this storyline as well. Now, it seems to me that gradually, slowly, they bring in Samoa Joe back into the ring. Do you agree?
Oh, I totally agree, because the last time when we had a crowd before this COVID, AOP was around and they dropped Samoa Joe. So this is unfinished business for Samoa Joe. So I think his in-ring performance is coming back pretty soon. He's just right now biting his tongue because he has to do what his obligations are calling for right now.
Right, and listen, I pretty much thought that Samoa Joe was going to take over and the show right there and then in the opening segment, but he had to, display the label as if, I can't say this and that because he might get fired, because he is the commentator, and there's no telling whether or not he is actually cleared to wrestle, because his last one, besides him getting ambushed by the AOP, he did fly outside the ring and landed on his face, okay? And to me, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was his second concussion in a small amount of time. And I think they're taking precautionary to make sure that he is okay. So, and if I'm not mistaken, he's received 3 or 4 concussions. So that's more likely why he's a commentator, and he's doing an outstanding job. We need a guy like him in the commentator because there's nobody like him. But I could actually see maybe during Payback, which is going to happen the following week of SummerSlam, that Samoa Joe may end up maybe, and I'm saying that's a big maybe, find himself wrestling Seth Rollins. But hey, other story that's going on is no other than Randy Orton. I mean, the Legend Killer pretty much took out the last legend on the WWE roster, Hector.
Randy Orton has not lost a step, not even with this with everything that's going on since March. I mean, Randy Orton, it seems like he's just getting more dangerous as his years progress. You know, I mean, this man has not lost a step. I mean, and there's just people that he's running out of people to finish off. I mean, before you know it, he's going to be the legend that's left standing, and the target's going to be on his back. But right now, I mean, I think he is more dangerous. He's probably almost as dangerous as The Fiend right now without the mask.
Well, Frank, do you think that Drew has what it takes to take out the Legend Killer?
Yes and no. I think all this is a plot to get Drew right behind Flair. All right, and Flair and Orton are working together. Remember, Flair still is the dirtiest player in the game. All this could all be just one of those, hey, you know what, Rick? Let's say I'm going to beat you up because I'm the Legend Killer, but now you're going to go in and side with Drew, and you're going to give me the title.
That's pretty hard to determine that because the fact that you have, you know, Ric Flair, age 70 or 71, and the fact that, dude, for him to receive the punishment that he received from Ric Flair, I don't think he's coming back. You know, and I don't think they're going to work together. I think it adds more fuels to Drew for that momentum leading into SummerSlam. Jace, what's your take on this?
I don't know. This is like I've been thinking about SummerSlam for a while now. Obviously, we're on the road to SummerSlam. This is the one match I keep going back and forth in my head. I don't know this whole build-up to WrestleMania with Drew. Like, that was the Kofi Mania of this year, of this past year. And, like, I feel like that's going to stretch. I felt this was stronger than Kofi Mania, but now we're getting to SummerSlam, and this is a real threat. This isn't a Dolph Ziggler. This is Randy Orton who's on a tear. And I'm getting the same feelings I felt with Kofi Mania when Kofi came across Randy. Is this, like, Randy's just so... Randy's Randy. He's the Viper. He's the Legend Killer. He's everything. And he's done everything in WWE. So he could just come out of nowhere and just destroy everything. So this one's tough. I like what they're doing. And there is going to be... I just want to get to that point where Randy's the legend. And he's still like... he's got this Legend Killer gimmick going on. Going after Drew. But there has to be a point where he's like, I'm the legend now. So what do I have to do? I just want to see that point, and I hope we get to see it soon.
Well, let's carry it out. Ever since that Drew McIntyre defeated Brock Lesnar, here's McIntyre's opponents. He beat Andrade, Angel Garza, Murphy, also The Big Show, okay, King Corbin, MVP. He probably, you know, he did defeat Bobby Lashley, but then again, it was Lana that interfered, that got in the way. And then he defeated Heath Slater, Dolph Ziggler twice. Okay? So all those opponents minus Bobby Lashley, there's nobody in that level that is the same level as Randy Orton.
No one.
No, yeah, and I agree. But, you know, we have a limited roster right now. You know, had the roster been expanded, we'd probably be talking about something different. But he's working with what he's got, and he's putting out everybody who's being put in front of him. So, yeah, I get it. I totally agree. Randy Orton is way above everybody else. But, you know, you can't fault Drew for what he's got to work with. At least he's doing what he's supposed to do as a champion and taking out the competition.
Well, the competition is going to be even rough for Drew McIntyre when it comes 2 weeks away on SummerSlam, August 23rd, when he goes one-on-one with the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. And speaking about the Viper, which is very poisonous, who actually poisoned Montez Ford? Okay, Selena Vega went on before the match and stated that, hey, I wasn't the one. I know it's at stake. All they want is the tag team titles. Okay. Bianca Belair is not having it. She thinks she's a liar. She thinks the whole team is corrupted. So where do we go from there? Okay, constantly saying, "Hey, I didn't do it." So who did it? I'm gonna start with you, Hector.
That's the $1 million question right there. If I was on Jeopardy, I probably would bet everything on it, right?
Did you do it? Was it you?
Ooh. It's hard to say. I mean, I would have to rule out Vega and her team, because you're not going to squander an opportunity like this for the tag team titles. At first I thought it could be Angelo Dawkins. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just a kind of a weird, wild thing. But then he looked kind of concerned. But then, people could put on a front, But I'm thinking, okay, that could be a little too early for the Street Profits to break up. Then I thought about the Viking Raiders. They couldn't seem to always get that one up on them. Mm-hmm. But then we got the Retribution, who could have probably plotted this and make Vegas' team look like the guilty party.
Nah, I doubt the Retribution would do anything like that, especially on Raw. These kids are a bunch of, and we'll talk about the Retribution later, but they're kind of corny on Raw, but very destructible on SmackDown. I can see the big difference there. But there's only one superstar you didn't mention, Hector. I'm surprised. What about you, Frank? I think y'all both in a similar situation. What I'm about to say.
I mean, look, you know what? I will say probably we're looking at Viking Raiders maybe because they couldn't get over the hump, with the Profits. Either that or you're talking about the freaking Ninjas. I mean, I have no idea who in the hell it's going to be. The only ones that I've seen or that I can remember at this moment right now will be the Viking Raiders. I have no idea what you're trying to talk about or who.
You know what Bianca Belair will say?
ESP.
Why not Bianca Belair? Why is she not a suspect?
What?
She's the one closer to Montez Ford. Okay.
No.
Hold on for a second. Hold on. Remember, before she was absent from WWE, okay, when the Street Profits had their issues with the Viking Raiders, the Street Profits were not serious. Everything was a joke. Okay, right? And then all of a sudden, that storyline vanished. What about if that was to come back again? I'm just saying.
WWE will be breaking up another freaking marriage.
I mean,
how many spouses out there wanted to kill
they
their man?
fought ninjas. Like, it's obviously a joke. Like, how do you like defend and like, oh, let's get serious? But there's ninjas. Like, you can't take that seriously.
I can't take the ninjas seriously. I'm sorry. No,
me neither.
They're not really
nowadays.
ninjas. I don't even know what they are, but they definitely don't. They're not.
I wasn't some big dude who could probably play in the NBA.
This is not Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Okay.
Okay.
But let me ask you this: what about that white female that's been flirting with Angel Garza, and then was flirting with the Viking Raiders with Ivar? Who supposedly this chick is from The Bachelor. I still don't know her name. But she's been on the show back-to-back weeks at the same time that Montez Ford supposedly got poisoned. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. That could be a good possibility.
So is Angelo Dawkins going to be the new Bachelor? Is that what we're talking about right now?
I didn't say anything like that. You're way on left field, my friend. Let's go back to the pitcher smile real quick. Let's huddle. But anyways,
I want to touch a little bit on the Viking Raiders.
Okay.
Who are the tag team champs? It's the Street Profits, but now they have this Street Raiders, or what's it called again? The Viking Profits, or I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
But so now that that's a thing, could the Viking Raiders have poisoned them to be like, whoa, we use the Freebird rule right now? So, hey, Montez Ford can't get it. So let's put in Ivar or Eric to help Angelo out. So now they have another championship to their name. And it's no longer the Street Profits, or it's the Viking Prophet, or I don't remember their name.
It could be. I can see where you're getting at, but I don't think that they themselves did anything to it. Again, I'm suspecting the more that we talk about it, it could be either Bianca Belair, okay, or it could be that white woman that I don't know her name. And if somebody out there will text me or send me a message telling me who is this woman that was on the Bachelor show that's all of a sudden on the WWE, I'll be more than happy to listen and engage with you. But we got to move forward here because the woman that I want to know is who is going to challenge Bayley at SummerSlam for the SmackDown Women's title.
Her name is Demi Burnett, just so you know.
Demi Burnett, it is. Who knows? Maybe she'll be in the Battle Royal. Doubt it, but okay. Save that name for later. But hey, Bayley done a lot of damage to a lot of people since she became the SmackDown champion. She stabbed a lot of people in the back, and she cheated her way in through some of these matches. I went on the show earlier today with Steve on the SCW Wrestling channel. You could catch him live, or actually catch his channel on YouTube. Subscribe to him as SCW channel. He brought out good points, but I'm gonna tell you guys, like I told you guys last time, I think Naomi is the favorite to win the Battle Royal and face and get her revenge on Bayley. And if it's not her, my second pick will be Tegan Nox from NXT.
Whew, there's crickets. I know. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know. You know, you would think it'd be somebody from SmackDown or NXT because nobody on Raw is going to win it. I mean, Baszler's not going to win it. She's got her eyes set on Sasha Banks or Asuka. She's rooting for Asuka to win that match because she wants Asuka. I think that'd be a great match. You know, I don't know, man. Tamina, I don't know. We haven't seen her. She's crazy. Nia Jax might cross over. Who knows? Anything's possible. Look, you got the – how did I call them? I had a funny name for Natalya and her sidekick. I mean, they
Lana?
just – yeah, her la, yeah. I mean,
Dumb and Dumber.
yeah, pretty much. Who's to say that Natalya might not just surprise everybody, even though she was on Raw? I get it. It's talking back to Mickie James. But we just don't know. Lights are flickering. Ninjas are everywhere. People are being poisoned. We got a mystery show on Monday night all of a sudden and on Fridays. Who knows? I don't know.
Hey, look, why not just say Mickie James?
I mean, she is back.
She's back.
She's back. But she wasn't playing. She wasn't done wrong by Bayley, at least not yet. But again, I did mention our last show, Alexa Bliss could be on the list. It could be Bianca Belair. Who else? Carmella, Charlotte Flair. She make a surprise return. Who knows? Dana Brooke, Ember Moon. I know she's injured, but that's a long shot with Ember Moon. But Lacey Evans rings a bell a lot. Naomi, Nikki Cross, definitely Nikki Cross will be in the Battle Royal. But another person to look at is Peyton Royce because she's already had 2 single competitions so far away from the Iconics, and she won her match last Monday. And then, of course, you have Shayna Baszler, even though she wants to fight Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. But make no mistake about it, I mean, she was on the underground tossing 3 females across that board there. And who knows, maybe she'll do the same thing because she is famous in the Battle Royal. I mean, she almost won the Battle Royal last January. So it was not to say that if she does enter this competition, that she may end up facing Bayley. And then my other prediction, and I was with Steve, is that why not have Sasha Banks and Bayley lose their championship titles at SummerSlam?
Maybe. My pick's Nikki Cross. Like, you can't go from having a great match with Bayley and like getting all of those humps and like there were points in that match where you're sitting there going, she gonna win? Is she gonna be the champ? And then all this stuff happens with Alexa Bliss, and then it just fizzles out because Alexa Bliss has this stuff with Braun, which seemingly ended Friday. So hopefully we can pick this back up in the Battle Royal, and there's some drama there. But I think that's still a story going on, and it just fits perfectly into the SmackDown Championship picture.
Okay. Hey, more to follow. WWE did say that they were going to post the names on the website, on Twitter throughout the week. I'm going to probably assume that it'll happen during NXT to get more people involved on what's going on NXT on Channel USA. But the other thing that's going on also, as we've been mentioning throughout the show, we have the Retribution and we have the Raw Underground. Now, let's get with the Retribution first. It's too early to see what angle this is or what angle is playing out. We discussed this on our last episode that Vanessa Bourne and Chelsea Green could be the two. We talked about this earlier today. Hey, what about Austin Theory? Maybe he'll make his third faction or something like that. But he is supposedly suspended. Nothing's official because the WWE never did state on their website that he is suspended. Okay. But what about Tommaso Ciampa? This guy left, did not say anything after he lost to Karrion Kross. He got his ass whooped bad, okay? And then there was an interview when he got into his vehicle, didn't say nothing, and just drove off. Now, if I got my ass whooped just like he did, maybe I want some retribution. Yeah, maybe I want to do somebody harm, and that's my window of opportunity to do everything damage to everybody, whoever gets in his way. Okay. Then you have Dominic Dijakovic. Yes, he had a match with Karrion Kross. He lost the match. He's been put out. He was supposed to be on Raw. For some odd reason, that didn't happen. Maybe this is the ticket. And there are a lot of sources saying that whatever you see on TV, that they might not be the ones when it comes to getting out the picture. But I'm predicting that Tommaso Ciampa is the ringleader in all this.
You know, it's hard for me to even sit there and fathom who these people are until they decide to attack somebody. You know, then I think that will clear up the smoke a little bit as far as who they're looking, who they're going after. Because when we seen the Nexus come out, they just took on anybody and everybody. These people are just destroying property, and they took out the SmackDown fans per se. So there was no social distancing there, you know. But until they actually attack a superstar, I mean, I would like to believe that Ciampa's the ringleader because that would be great. You know, maybe he goes after Randy Orton later down the line. But right now, there's no attacking anybody yet. But it's crazy how the SmackDown announcers knew this was Retribution. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of funny there, you know. It's just, to me, a whole mystery story going on here.
Well, Retribution did start on Monday Night Raw a week ago when they took out the lights and stuff like that. And then it carried on to SmackDown. The Miz kept saying the Retribution because the lights were fraying, the mics weren't working properly. And so they anticipated that, hey, you know, Retribution is in the house. But again, there's so much and I'm at a standstill right now, and I'm just waiting. What I didn't like is the fact that there's two different levels. On SmackDown, these guys took over. They had chainsaws. They cut the ropes and everything. And I'm like, oh, man, this is the real deal. Like, I'm anticipating what could probably happen for next Friday. But then you got Raw. They're throwing bricks at windows, flipping cars. I'm like, it doesn't add up. Doesn't make no sense. Do we have the veterans on one side and the amateurs on the other? Or is this a copycat? I don't get it.
And you notice we're not seeing this on NXT. It's just Raw and SmackDown. So they're making a point to go after the top competition.
Absolutely.
So does that mean we're looking at they're all NXT superstars?
I will guarantee. Yes, that is. I don't see. I heard rumors maybe Cedric Alexander or something, but I doubt it. I just don't see that they have that nerve to do so, especially their babyface or Ricochet. I doubt it, and I don't know, man. It's pretty hard to determine. You know.
I know. I did make the mention of Leo Rush. You know, he could be trying to make some noise again. I don't know. Who have we not seen on NXT? Hornswoggle. Here we go. Delete.
Delete. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize for the remarks that were made by my fellow friend. I really don't get it.
Maybe he has some stats that we don't know yet about that.
Anyways, moving. Let's talk about stats here. Let's talk about the Raw Underground. I think this is going to be an actual good thing for Raw. I discussed this earlier with Steve about 2 hours of Raw, 1 hour of the Underground. I think that alleviates some of the pain that Raw is facing, making it an expansion of 3 hours. And this is going to give an opportunity for the other superstars that are not on television and bring them in the picture to a different atmosphere. And there are rumors about maybe Ken Shamrock might come to WWE and help out conduct the WWE Underground. What do you feel about that?
He's a ref.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely. Just like what Jay said, he could be a referee or something. I want to see superstars going against each other because, I mean, we already know when a superstar steps into that ring or whatever you want to call it, they're going to beat up on some jobber or whatever. I know Shane is building this up. Let's build it up to where we're going to get actual superstars fighting it out. So, you know, then we can see Shayna Baszler dominating this kind of thing, you know, or something like that. Or the Hurt Business. If they say they're going to run the show, then prove it.
And guess what? The Hurt Business ended the show last week, you know, finding out what the Underground was all about. But then they turn around and then they had a VIP lounge. They didn't say anything about it. And then they're confronted with Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews just throwing the couches over the ring and stuff. And then you have Apollo Crews losing to Shelton Benjamin. Like,
hold on.
Totally
what is the first rule of Fight Club? There is no Fight Club. Raw Underground is obviously a Fight Club, so it doesn't exist. Let's be real.
Yeah, but you know what? Why use the current wrestlers that are on regular TV? Use the new people out there. There's a whole bunch of people out there cheering them up. Why use the wrestlers? Why have Shayna Baszler come in? Actually, her I could understand because that's more of her background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Hurt Business, they have no reason to be there.
Bobby Lashley was a heavyweight in Bellator, so I think he has some
okay, but
to be in there. I do like what they're doing with that tall dude. I don't even remember his name. He's been killing it. I like what they did with who is the dude from NXT? I don't remember the names. Some Huas, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. That was really cool. I like that stuff. I'm with you, Frank. Like, it needs to be like stuff like that. This needs to be a way to like bring people up. But another thing I'm getting from this and Retribution is they're trying to go back to like gritty and like more towards like the Attitude Era. Because I think what they saw was, we had this ninjas and fun stuff with the Viking Prophets or whatever they were called. Yeah, we that obviously didn't hit. We're trying to maybe pull out more from no longer being the PG era, being more like real and gritty. And I'm liking it with Raw Underground. Retribution, on the other hand, needs to take a little time for me. But I'm liking Raw Underground. I'm liking to see where it goes. But they do need this needs to be a platform to build up superstars against other superstars, not like these random schmoes, these like 5-foot guys going up against 7-footers.
And I think that's the whole point. I think they're building it slowly. That is the introduction. I don't think you want to put the middle and ending of a chapter in the beginning. You know, so you need a start point, and that's why you have Shane McMahon there. And was not to say that once this gets the ball rolling, that Shane McMahon will phase away, and then somebody else is going to take over. So, you know, who knows? But what I do like is you got to have at least one or two superstars to make that happen. What do you think, Frank? I'm sorry, Hector.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody's going to barge on in without an invitation, because you see his bodyguard standing outside the door, you know, and he's a pretty
Was
big.
that the big ninja?
Yeah, that was the big
I
ninja.
think so. Yeah, that was a big
That
ninja.
was, yeah.
That makes
You know?
sense now.
And who's to say that, you know, yeah, if they want to get in there, they're going to have to take him out. And if they do that, then they deserve to be in there to do what they have to do to run the show. But
Take that big dude out and all of his ninja friends. That's
that'd be
Hey,
something
that
to
sounds
see.
pretty interesting if we're able to do that.
All right, I'm back. My bad. But hey, good stuff here. But hey, we gotta wait and see what's going on with the Retribution, where they go from here, and the Raw Underground. More to follow on this, and as the weeks go along, I say by SummerSlam, we're definitely gonna know what's gonna happen, and who knows if this is gonna take effect at SummerSlam. I hope not. I hope that it pushes over to Payback, because that is the next pay-per-view a week after SummerSlam. They mentioned it 2 weeks ago that Payback will happen, but nothing said. I think maybe it's because since SummerSlam is the next pay-per-view, they're focusing on that.
I have a question before we move on.
Mhm.
Say Shayna Baszler wins the Battle Royal. What if she got Bayley in a Raw in like SummerSlam Underground match? Could we see something like that happen? Could we see someone like challenging someone to an Underground match for like a championship? Could we see a belt? A Raw Underground belt?
I'm glad you said that, because I said that earlier today at the SCW channel, is that once this platform hits and it's a success, then we're probably going to see a new championship belt. So everyone that's championship material that likes to shop at www.shop.com, be prepared that another belt will happen to where it's going to be the Underground Championship.
And what it looked like, the hardcore title, somewhat a similar something.
It's going to look like the NWO title. It's going to be spray painted black.
Underground.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know, maybe they'll make a bigger title than what it is. I mean, because it seems like WWE is revamping all their championship titles once again. So we'll see.
It's got to be better than the 24/7 championship. I'll tell you that.
Hey, shout out to the 38-time champion, okay?
Yeah, man, I like it.
The 38-time, 48-72 European champion.
7-Eleven,
24/7, 7-Eleven.
Anyway, moving on to the SummerSlam. Again, it's August 23rd. You can catch it on the WWE Network. But these are the matches that we got going on right now. We're ready to discuss a few of them. But hey, we got the Tag Team Raw Championship, the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. It's said that Montez Ford will be ready and available to defend that title. Again, who poisoned Montez Ford is wait to be seen. That storyline is going to probably happen after SummerSlam. We'll see. Or who knows? Maybe Bianca Belair will come into determination of who did it. We have Braun Strowman versus The Fiend. Interesting. This is for the Universal title, and a lot has to deal with Alexa Bliss on this, because Strowman, I think, is a different character now. I don't think he's the babyface. I think he's turning to be the most destructive monster among men that we have not seen that he's supposed to be. More to follow on that. Apollo Crews will defend his United States title versus MVP. Hopefully, maybe that'll be an official match, or maybe Shelton Benjamin will squeeze his way in. We'll see on that. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. We also have Asuka and Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka defeated Bayley to become the #1 contender once again. And not official yet, but a possibility Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. That seems to be a little bit of a stalemate since Riddle's been challenging other people. I'm curious to hear from you guys. In fact, did Riddle and Sheamus somewhat become allies after what happened last Friday? Do you think so?
When King Corbin is involved, you have no other choice to be allies for a brief moment. You can settle their differences later until King Corbin is out of the picture. But as long as he's there, he's going to be the thorn in everybody's side. So they're going to have to put their differences aside just for that. And then, of course, we got Shorty G involved in this too. So they're going to have to coexist somehow. And don't forget about the charismatic Enigma. He's somewhere stuck in all this too. That's what's good about SmackDown right now. Got a lot of competition.
Big melting pot. But I don't know. Was that supposed to be a Sheamus face turn? Coming out, bro, kicking another face? How does that? But
he's a tweener, man. He's a tweener.
I understand that. But as long as the bro comes to SummerSlam, I'm in. If he's tagging with Sheamus, the other thing I don't get is Shorty G is called Shorty G because of Corbin. We went from Chad Gable to Shorty G, and there was this whole big feud. Now, why is he teaming up with him? Like, that just seems like a mess to me. I understand money and the what was it? The
King's Ransom.
Ransom, yeah. But like, I don't know. I like it. It's cool. It's just a big mess. Like, who's doing what? What's going on here? Really? Like,
you can't beat them. Join them.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Just saying.
It's simple. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Duly noted. All right.
That's all it is.
And then, too, where does this leave AJ Styles? All of a sudden, he's kind of phased out all of a sudden.
He's not phased out yet.
He's on vacation.
Knocking on the door. We have Big E, who is solo. If he doesn't get the Universal title, will he make a run again for the Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah, but right now it seems like King Corbin is just hogging up the spotlight and getting everybody to turn on him, and got little Robin. He's Batman, he's Robin. Got little Robin tagging along to help out, just start poking the bears everywhere.
You're absolutely right. And AJ Styles stepping back and just laughing his way and be like, ha, 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 I'm still the greatest. So we'll see on that. And then we got Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio, where he's going to be able to use the candlestick and the toolbox at his advantage to try to go against Seth Rollins. And lastly, so far, we do have Bayley at SummerSlam, but who will she defend the title? That was wait to be seen. We'll find out this Friday on SmackDown to see who will be the number one contender at the Battle Royal. And hey, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for coming on to the show. I'll get with you guys in just a bit. But for everybody else, thank you for watching the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show. It's presented by Clovercrest Media. Clovercrest is growing. They got more than 20 podcasts going on their page. Check them out. Different topics. But the one brand new wrestling program that's out there is called Crowsome Wrestling Entertainment. Tyler Bard, who is also the host on this show, is teaming up with his bro Noah Cross, who was also on the show before, and they are covering AEW, and they've done one hell of a job. They're always live on Facebook. That is Crowsome Wrestling Entertainment. You can catch it on Facebook every Sunday at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as far as for our show, you can find us here on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our channel. More thoughts, please add your comments, and we're definitely going to share your comments on our show. And you can also catch up with the news on hhwshow.com. Okay, so on behalf of Clovercrest, on behalf of the HHW crew, I'm Over Nice. Thank you for watching the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show.
Visit the HHWShow.com sportscast, where you can find all the news, rumors, updates, and predictions from the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show. All 4 downs. Join up off the G-Man. and keys to the city. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the place to do it. Starting at $15 a month, you can get unlimited hosting at $50 a month for the full package. Visit CloverCrestMedia.com for more information.
A big thank you to the StreamYard for their fine streaming service. On behalf of HHW crew, I am Ovi Muniz. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show.